Hello guys and welcome here to SCN Sports Talk. Now you may be asking yourselves, why is Brian wearing a mask? For the audio listeners, this is mask sadness here. So I tried to get these guys to go along with it. And
I'll get it. One second.
Okay, let's see this. He might have a mask on him. It won't be on the whole show, I promise.
Yeah, most likely not.
This mask is the thickest mask I've got, and I'm having trouble breathing. I'm just kidding. I don't want to start an issue here. All right, he's got a mask. We're ready for mask sadness.
I got IU masks. Mask sadness.
And hey, you know what? We got the two teams that likely won't make the tournament. So, yeah.
Sorry,
so I guess it's
I'm
only
not going
fitting.
to join.
Jason says it's hard to breathe in masks. That's why.
No, that's not exactly what it is.
Just listen to the CDC, right?
Listen to Dr. Fauci.
Yes.
The guy gets paid $800 million a year.
Yeah.
Do what he does.
All right.
Which is breed books. But
all right.
You see how many books he has? Oh my God. He has like
I can imagine.
He has like 20,000 books in the interview on ESPN this morning. He literally had like 20,000 books behind him. Like he had one of the books was Get Takeaway. I don't remember.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. But anyway, we won't dive too far into the politics, but I guess it's also a good time now to say hello to our Apple podcast listeners. Yes, I've maneuvered it. We got on Apple Podcasts now, so welcome to them. Hang tight. Grab a beer. Well, maybe not if it's 9 a.m., but we're going to get going.
If you're underage, just grab an Aspire water.
Yeah, Aspire. Yes. Grab your Aspire. I'll grab my Wegmans, and we'll get going here. So
maybe I'll grab a drink at the after the break.
We shall see. And we actually, Zach has an announcement that he made this week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, let's get started here. So Dak Prescott has re-signed. Jason and I ranted about this last week on our podcast, but $40 million a year for 4 years. Guys, he hasn't even won a damn playoff game, I learned. Yeah.
The thought that he's the second highest paying quarterback behind Mahomes.
Dallas. What do you think, Dallas? Come on, Jerry.
Jerry World.
I mean, I look at it this way.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about them boys? How about them guys that are probably going to be having to get rid of half their goddamn team in like the next few years?
No, not just that. They're going to have to get rid of half their team this year. They're not going to have money because the salary cap's coming down.
Yeah, look at the Chiefs right now.
No.
So,
not just the Chiefs. The Saints. The Saints
have traded their running back.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected that salary cap to come down as much as it did, but it came down to $182.5 million. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to fall apart this year. But there's going to be a lot of teams that go up because of how many great free agents there are.
We'll see. I don't know. The Colts won't be able to do that now since they got Carson Wentz. And then the salary cap came down significantly. I don't know how much they're going to actually have. I think they're up to 165 or something.
And
with Wentz.
It's okay. The Eagles will be vying for the first pick in the draft. So, because they're still paying Carson Wentz. But on the other note, though, Henry Galladay, Chris Carson, Aaron Jones, they're all going to be hitting free agency. Hunter Henry. It's going to be wild.
Oh. See, okay, that's where I was getting confused. That's right. Never mind. I knew about Hunter Henry. Sorry.
Yeah.
When I was looking at it, I was like, wait, Henry?
We got Kyle Rudolph.
Said Hunter Henry.
Allen,
there's going to be a lot of good ones.
Yeah, Allen Robinson got franchise tagged. That was the other big thing, amongst others. Chris Godwin got franchise tagged.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, those Patriots fans were spurring rumors about him going there. I love
not gonna
seeing the
happen.
stupid look on their face now. At least the ones that didn't flee to Tampa.
Right. Well, I look on that list, and yes, there's a lot of intriguing free agents. But I think Zach can probably agree with me. Probably the one that stands out the most is Aaron Jones. He's going to be probably the most.
Aaron Jones getting the most running back money of all time. This is gonna happen.
Sure.
He's got such a good personality that I think any team would want to have it in their locker room. Like, he's just so good. I hope, but LaFleur, we know what's gonna happen. LaFleur is going to trade him away or get rid of him, let him go, let him walk, and we're gonna get the running back who only played 2 games this year, with a big ass leg, big ass
tree trunk legs,
tree trunk quads, and
never skip leg day.
I'd rather get rid of Williams and keep. I think Aaron Jones should be a run, and so I'm getting all mixed up right now. But as we saw this year, Aaron Jones kind of became a wide receiver in a sort of a way. I think if they convert him to a wide receiver, I think that's exactly what they need to do. And if they want to convert the new guy they just drafted, whatever his name is, I always forget his name.
A.J. Dillon.
If they want to convert him to wide receiver with those big ass quads, I think would be fucking sick.
Dude, he would be freaking trucking everybody down.
Big ass quads. Did he take Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice? Never skip leg day.
Okay.
Yeah, of course he is, man.
Never skip leg day and get to the chopper.
His quads may be bigger than, to be honest, bigger than what's his face? Bull.
Derrick Henry?
No. Why am I XFL owner?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I can't think people.
He's got some big quads.
Off topic though, and we should talk about this because we cover what others don't. The XFL and the CFL are trying to reach an agreement to work together.
Oh gosh, really? The Canadian.
So it's exactly what's happening is supposedly XFL is going to be the AAA and CFL is going to be the AA affiliate of the NFL. Supposedly, that's how it's working.
And that's what they should do, honestly.
Exactly. But I think the CFL is a completely different sport than NFL is. In my opinion, they should probably be separate because it's been around longer than NFL has. But I could say that about the AHL as well. It's been around 20 more years longer than NHL has. So,
see, my honest opinion here is, look, football is the only sport that doesn't have a minor league. There are so many guys in that free agent market and so many guys that get drafted 6th or 7th round who don't get a chance to play in the league compared to baseball where if you're drafted in the 40th round, you still got a chance to play.
The thing with baseball is so cheap to keep going.
Yeah.
That's the thing with baseball. Football, you got to deal with the insurance, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's significantly a lot of money. So.
Very true. But even if they had like a AAA league in a way, you get those players, you can call them up. And honestly, to me, it sounds better than a practice squad at the end of the day. Because at least they're playing in games, they're learning game type situations. So, and on top of it, I think the NFL should adopt some of the stuff that the XFL took, like the skybox official.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I
also
really
think
think.
You go ahead.
People, I guess fans have been saying that they want a certain camera angle to be the main
the Madden
camera
angle.
Yeah, it's cool and all. You get to see the field a lot better than doing it from the side, but
I don't know.
I mean, we've had the side view for so many years. To have it over the players and see the field that way, kind of like long instead of from the side. I don't know. I guess it could work out in the way. Zach, you can go ahead now.
This would. Oh.
I think that, honestly, in my opinion, I think that the NFL should consider adding a 150-yard field. I know it's going to be impossible to do that, but I think I like the longer field.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of that when it comes to the CFL. And I used to watch CFL, actually, actively. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Let's go Blue Bombers. But, that's what I feel.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, there's another rule change being proposed as well. 4th and 15 was brought up again, which to me it sounds like a good idea, because the only way to get an onside kick is if you're kicking against the Atlanta Falcons. So I don't know. 4th and 15 would be good because it's a very hard down to convert.
I would say, okay, so I heard another proposed rule change about...
Is it the overtime?
No, well, overtime rules are one of them, but it's that you can't interview, like, potential head coaching candidates after, like, the Super Bowl or Pro Bowl or something like that.
I think it's so stupid that you can't... Well, I find it absolutely ridiculous that you can't talk to other teams, because you know in fact that they're going to be talking regardless. Yeah. You put a rule in, they're going to talk anyway. The
they're
dumbest
thing I about it.
The other leagues and stuff don't have this for the certain reason. NBA does, but NHL doesn't. I know college definitely doesn't, because they're flying out of there like no one knows. But
it's like a revolving door.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. And then the other news I just read, this is a minor story, but we mentioned a few weeks ago, Marcus Mariota, the Washington football team, attempted aggressively to trade with the Las Vegas Raiders to get him as their backup. Clearly they're not committed to Heineke. They want to bring in another quarterback to compete with him. Now you can add the Philadelphia Eagles to the mix. So Marcus Mariota is slowly becoming possibly the top quarterback free agent this offseason, assuming the Raiders decide to cut him.
It'd be intriguing if he goes to Philadelphia, if he can actually start over.
He's not gonna.
Jalen Hurts, but he's definitely not going to. There's a reason why they kept him in the first place.
We know Zach's thoughts on Oregon quarterbacks, so...
No, not a huge fan. After 1 year, they'll do good the 1 year, and they'll flop like everybody knows. I'm going to stick with my opinion on it, and I'm not going to change it. I don't care if Justin Herbert becomes, this greatest quarterback of all time. I'm going to stick with my gut.
I've said you can't declare...
like Ohio State quarterbacks.
I've said you can't declare that after 2 years. Just like Mahomes, we learned very quick in that Super Bowl he's not one of the greatest at this point in time.
Max Kellerman should be fired from ESPN by now, or his writers should be.
Who knows? There might be some changes now, because Shannon Sharp might leave Fox.
That's not Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
You mean the guy that's with Skip Bayless?
Yeah. He might leave Fox because Skip Bayless is getting paid like 7 times the amount that Shannon is. So
what about we just hire one of us? Come on.
Yeah, come on, Fox.
Hire me, Fox.
Come on, Fox. I'll debate Skip Bayless. You'll learn very quickly Skip Bayless is not worth $35 million. So, but yeah.
We'll probably lose our minds after a while just debating with him. But hey, it's still paid more than what I'm making right now.
Does Shannon still have that hard liquor somewhere in his cabinet? Because
I don't even watch it.
He's probably gonna need it.
What?
I honestly don't even watch that show. To me, I've watched one clip from that show and I lost brain cells watching it. So I've not watched it ever since.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, going back to at least free agency, it'll be intriguing who goes after Hunter Henry too. I think he's gonna be a top tight end pickup for free agency.
And you know what? It boggles my mind that the Chargers didn't tag him, because
I know, I'm shocked.
why are you going for Zach Ertz when Hunter Henry has a much better efficiency than Zach Ertz? I don't know.
I wouldn't go with a BYU quarterback, but that's just me.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. We know Aaron Jones is going to make money, but the wide receivers, Galladay's 41 games with the Detroit Lions were almost mirroring Calvin Johnson's first 41 games. And people give Galladay a lot of shit for not being as good of a receiver, but the numbers don't lie. He's going to be a top prospect.
He's bailed out Matthew Stafford so many times before, too. So I think he's going to be a sleeper. And I'm not trying to be biased to my team. It would be nice for Buffalo to
I don't think they're
see about.
But
Well,
we'll
maybe
see.
not even Galladay. Bring in another receiver. Nothing against John Brown.
Bay.
There's a reason why he got rid of him in the first place.
Green Bay, look into it.
What, Galladay?
Yeah.
They could. They very well could. They really do need a receiver badly.
Money on the defense. The defense that we need to fix. That we have one.
Unfortunately, we don't need to go big into defense. We need.
They'll go throw out more money at a safety that doesn't know how to play safety for some reason. Like they seem like to do. We can't just go. We can't pick somebody up like Raven Green again.
Yep.
Pick up a like Raven Green that is undrafted, and we just pay him, league minimum and get him on the team, and he plays just like Raven Green does. Will be perfectly fine.
Yeah. But as far as Galladay goes, I think the LA Rams honestly might be. I mean, I want Green Bay to pick him up because they need a second wide receiver over there, but the Rams would be a good fit because he's going to be back with Matt Stafford. He can take a little less money, be kind of a second or third receiver over there behind Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods.
Yeah.
And trust me, LA is going to load up on wide receivers. They're going to bring in a lot of good talent this offseason.
At least that's the hope.
Because Matt Stafford's there, and everybody wants to go play with Matt Stafford as our quarterback, so they know he's going to get the ball to him.
And they want to play for Sean McVay as well, because Sean McVay is a young, highly respected coach. And I'm telling you, I think the same effect is going to happen if this Russell Wilson and Chicago trade falls through or goes through.
I hope it doesn't happen. If it does happen, Green Bay's fucked.
That's all I will say so.
It's
that division is going to be
because their defense is way too good, and then if they get their offense going, they're going to blow away the division.
And that may be the one thing that saves Matt Nagy's career as well. Keep in mind, Bruce Arians basically got his career saved by Tom Brady because, let's face it, if he didn't have Tom Brady this year and he had Blaine Gabbert as his quarterback, he would have gotten fired.
Well, Deshaun's going to go. Deshaun's going to Miami. I think it's pretty much official, but this is not officially going to happen. He obviously doesn't want to go anywhere else but Miami. I don't think he's like that's where everything's going towards. And I can see him wearing a Miami jersey, and I can see Tua wearing a Houston Texans jersey. I just can't see. I can't see Deshaun Watson wearing any other jersey but a Miami jersey outside of Texans.
I can see it, and then I can see the Texans getting Jalen Waddle. I could see Will Fuller going to Arizona. I can see that.
And they can get their first-round picks back from Miami. So it works out for both sides, in my opinion.
They can load up on wide receivers because, like I said, they're going to lose Will Fuller this offseason.
Right.
So,
but the problem is who they're going to be their quarterback. Is it going to be Tua? Get Tua?
It's got to be Tua at that point.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Should definitely bring in somebody like a Fitzmagic, but they're not going to bring Fitzmagic in since he's retiring. But
they just brought in running back as well, Mark Ingram. They brought in the guy.
Yeah, but he hasn't been that great ever since he's left the New Orleans Saints.
No,
unfortunately,
he had a breakout year with the Ravens, and then they drafted J.K. Dobbins, and
I feel bad for Mark Ingram. They did him dirty with drafting J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
They had something really great with him, and then, oh, we're just going to draft this guy that's going to outplay you his first year.
Well, younger legs. Keep in mind the average age of... Unless you're...
Chargers did the same thing.
Yeah. Unless you're Frank Gore or Adrian Peterson, you're only going to have like 3 or 4 good years in the league.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I was going to say about Russell Wilson, see if there is going to be a trade happening. Do you see it in free agency or do you see it during the draft?
I see it during the draft.
Yeah, draft seems more logical. But, I mean, I think they're going to do it that way because they know if they send him to Chicago beforehand, they're not only going to lose, like I said, they're going to lose a lot out of it, especially free agency-wise, because how are you going to recruit a guy and say, when you bring in an offensive lineman or a wide receiver in free agency, what are you going to tell them your quarterback is? My quarterback's Nick Foles, and your coach is going to be Pete Carroll. Yeah, no thank you, sorry. Not interested.
No, you basically would have to sell them that you have Russell Wilson and then do that trade and then find out later on that Nick Foles is going to be your quarterback. So you're basically already locked into place with your contract. So you can't leave unless you're traded.
And the other thing that's going to impact free agency, 2 quarterbacks have big decisions to make. Drew Brees, Alex Smith.
I say Alex Smith comes back and plays again. Drew Brees retires.
I see Alex Smith, and this is going to be crazy, so just listen out to me. I think Alex Smith will end up in Chicago. That's my opinion. I think that's where he's going to end up.
I don't know.
I don't think Russell Wilson will get traded to Chicago this year. I think will happen next year sometime. I just don't see how Seattle is going to give up after having the season they had last year. They still made the playoffs. I think what's going to happen this year is what happened towards the middle of the year where they started falling apart. I think that's what's going to be a reality next year for the Seahawks. But that's how I see it.
We'll see. I mean, I was going to say, I think Alex Smith goes to the Jags because from what I understand, he played for Urban Meyer before. So to bring in someone that knows the system would be good. Drew Brees, I'm wondering now if he's just waiting on Jameis Winston because he knows if Jameis Winston leaves New Orleans and if he retires and Jameis signs somewhere else, they're not going to have a quarterback next year. So I'm wondering if that's factoring into the decision.
Has to be.
Maybe he's dealing with the ribs still, and maybe he's trying to figure out if he's going to be able to still recover. Because I don't know if he really fully recovered from that rib issue. Because they don't heal right away. They take a while.
No, they take a time. They take a lot.
So I think that's got something to do with it, to be honest. I don't think it has anything to do with Jameis. I don't think Jameis has got anywhere on the market for him, to be honest.
I think he's got a better market than Cam Newton.
Oh, hell yeah,
Easily.
definitely.
Easily.
Not even close. I don't think Cam Newton's going anywhere. I think Cam Newton's going to be out of a job this year.
Yeah.
Probably looking at the XFL.
He should, honestly. He should look...
Or that fan-controlled league.
I don't think that's going to be a place to rejuvenate your career.
I don't think that's going to last. I think that's probably going to go bankrupt real quickly.
It just seems like a joke league to begin with. I mean, it looks entertaining, but it's, you're not learning anything over there. You're having a fan. It's like if we were sitting here right now calling the plays for the league. Okay, you're not learning anything.
You're not. You're basically getting told what to do and go from there.
You're getting calls from an armchair analyst. Okay? You're getting play calls from someone who has no idea what play they're calling.
Exactly.
So, that's why I don't like that league. But
I think it's very boring, to be honest. I don't find it fun to watch.
I'd rather watch the XFL.
If that was going to be a real thing, they should have done it on a outdoor field. They should not be indoors.
Yeah.
I've never found indoor football that fun to watch.
Not really, honestly. But anyway, so now we got some NBA news here. Blake Griffin is with the Nets now, and this is the exact reason I don't watch the NBA right here, is the super teams that form.
I don't think it's a super team, to be honest. You know how bad Blake Griffin's been in the last few years?
I was just going to say.
He hadn't dug the ball. He hadn't dug the ball since 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's more of a freaking mid-range to three-point shooter. He's been
how are
doing
they
it.
affording this? Are the Pistons giving up their entire contract? How do they do that?
I have no clue.
Because I know that Blake Griffin's contract is literally untradeable.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I think they're paying the rest of it because he's got a 1-year deal with the Nets to finish out the season.
There must be a trade exception there.
It could be.
Or something.
But I don't know. Okay, so with the weak East, does this put the Nets over the top?
I don't know. I still think it's going to be a kind of a battle between them and the Heat. I think they're going to come out of the East, but I think the Heat are going to give some pressure to them. But we'll see. I'm really hoping for it because I'm a Heat fan now. I have fully converted over. I'm sick and tired of trying to be a Pacers fan. It's such a lousy franchise. Like, I can go off for days how long I gave my all to the franchise, and they just keep on trading players out like it's nobody's business. Like, once you get connected to one player, they trade him away. It's like, and no one wants to come here. And the team is trying to move 2 years ago, like 3 years ago, they tried to move to Seattle. Mm-hmm. So I don't care until Herb Simon sells the team. I'm not cheering for the team.
Yeah, I can get that.
It used to be like that for Dallas too. Like there was like 4 years in a row that it was just rough. Before we got Luka, it was just rough to watch.
Yeah,
I can't stand the Mavs. I can't stand it. It had the worst logo in the league. I can't stand it. It's literally gross. The kid, every time I saw it, made me want to puke. But yeah, I just can't stand the logo. It's god awful. If they want to switch to their secondary logo, huge fan of that.
No, I think they should switch back to their old school logo. That one looks
I think they should not have a horse on their logo. I think horses and logos don't go together. Every time.
So delete the Broncos on.
Except for the Broncos, because it's orange. Any orange and blue logo, orange and blue go together no matter what.
Oh boy.
I know. I will agree. Blue and silver doesn't really match up very well. But
there's another team that got the same color scheme and has a horse as their logo with a mouth open on it, and it's a hockey team, the Kansas City Mavericks. So it's the same thing. So.
It must be a Mavericks thing, man. I don't know. All right.
It's a Dallas thing though, to hang on to bad coaches for too long. And Rick Carlisle, they're just they're like just killing him at this point. They're just purposely just waiting to put him out to pasture.
I know exactly what's going to happen. Dallas is going to be the A seed, and we're just going to get our asses swept by the Utah Jazz. It's going to happen. Just get it done and over with.
Utah Jazz, you seriously think they're going to do much in the playoffs? They're a regular season team. That's what they've been for years.
Yeah.
They got the best record
if the Mavs make it.
They're not getting past the Lakers.
I don't know.
No, they're definitely not.
They need to get rid of Rick Carlisle, put him out of his misery.
I know this is not on the thing, but this has been a rumor. Supposedly, it's came out. Basically, it sounds like Dame Dollar has got a market that he maybe go the next. I know that sounds ridiculous, blaspheming.
Really,
he's leaving Portland.
I will say, if he somehow does go to the Knicks, that makes them so much better. They're already a playoff team. That really takes them to the next level.
We'll see.
As far as Blake Griffin to the Nets, what I was saying to Brian, do you just fucking hand him the title at this point? Like,
no.
No,
They've never
yeah,
won
I
a
mean,
title. You don't ever hand them a title. They haven't won the title. They haven't proved to us that as a franchise they can win
No.
anything yet.
but
I want
also
Durant
the other
hasn't
thing I
proven
have.
anything.
No, well,
You
he
want to know
has
what?
this year.
You know what? You know what Durant proved? He proved that he can't win in the finals unless he has Steph Curry with him.
Oh.
Yeah, but this time he's got Kyrie. He's got Harden. Yes, he's got him.
He's got a
Blake,
head case.
but
He's got a head case in Kyrie. He's got,
yeah.
he's got a worthless defender in James Harden.
Is it just me, or did he gain like a whole bunch of weight? Because you remember when he came into the bubble and lost a shit ton of weight, and then all of a sudden, boom, he like gained it back.
You talking about Harden?
Yeah, James Harden. I swear to God, he is like
You're talking about
overweight.
the ridiculousness that he was wearing the other day, that Stephen A had to go out and say what the hell was he wearing, rain jacket or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
boy.
for the
Oh my
All-Star
God.
game.
Yeah,
That's
I
awful.
don't get it with him, but
That's what happens when money goes to your head, I tell you.
yeah. Then the other news here, of course, Anthony Lamb. Jason and I kind of know who
Rochester
he is.
native.
Rochester, New York. Athena graduate. Almost led the Vermont team through the tournament. I believe they won a few games that year that he was on the team.
Oh, and he was also in the G League for a little bit.
Yeah. He also shopped at our store before. Some of our coworkers saw him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think you were telling me about that. Yeah.
He got called up to the Rockets. So
Yeah, but from what I heard, there was no guarantee for him to play at all this year.
he probably won't. When you get called
on a
up from the
two-way-
G League, you're at the bottom of at the bottom of the rankings right there.
Yeah, because if you know anything about how NBA works, you have 15 players on the regular roster, and then you got two-way players. Technically, you have 17 roster spots, but he's part of those two-way players, and there's no guarantee. He could very well end up being in the G League again.
You know, I just don't for me, and listen out to me, I think that, I feel like G League players, how many realistically have actually came out of the G League and became stars in the NBA?
I couldn't
There's that
tell
one
you.
on the Thunder, I think.
There's only like
G
1,
League.
2, 3, 4. I know the league just started, but the D League was there before.
Wasn't
The D
Seth
League around-
Curry in the D League?
Yeah, Seth Curry. I was just about to say Seth Curry was in
Seth Curry, like
in
he's
a-
a free agent half the time.
But Seth Curry Seth Curry ends up on teams because of his name, first off. But he still plays his way up. But he still plays his way into getting minutes.
But the thing is that he's actually, if you think about it, his 3-point percentage in his career right now is actually better than his brother's.
I just wish the NBA would figure out a way to get their system to work just like the NHL does with their minor league. I just don't understand what's the point of having a minor league when you can't even make a minor league work.
It doesn't even have much exposure.
I know the NHL doesn't have to worry about college as much, but there's still players going to college, and every time they go to college, guess what? Most of the time, every year, you have at least 4 or 5 NHL players that come out of college and become stars in the league, like right away.
Yeah.
So I think that's something, going to school has something to do with it.
Could very well be. These
But
guys
as far as Anthony Lamb, I'm really hoping he does get a shot. That'd be cool to Chester native get a shot to play in the NBA.
I mean, we got 2 of them right now. Thomas Bryant and, I can't remember the other one. But he's on the Detroit Pistons, I believe.
Thomas Bryant. I'm trying to remember what team he plays.
He plays for the Wizards.
Oh, that's right.
Then
Wait,
the one
really?
that
He's
came,
from Rochester?
the Washington star last year, the University of Washington. Forget his name. We'll look it up probably and figure that out.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, though, the Hall of Fame finalists were announced. Chris Bosh, Paul Pierce.
You mean heart clots or blood clots?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, come on.
I call him heart clots. That's what I call him, blood clots, because he has heart issues. But
I know.
Isaiah
So
Stewart,
I
by
can
the
do
way.
that. I'm a Miami fan. I can do
What was
that.
it?
Isaiah Stewart was the guy I was thinking of.
That's right.
But anyway, so
I'm a huge fan of Bosch being in there, though. Bosch is
Bosch deserves
he's
it.
one of the best players of all time. It's fact.
I think Jay Wright deserves to be there, honestly. What Jay Wright has
Jay
done.
Wright, he's the Villanova coach.
Yeah, he's
isn't
the
he?
Villanova coach. He's won. What was it? He won that finals. Probably the best national championship I've seen in the last 10 years. He won it. And I hate Villanova, but he won that.
Yeah, I
And
can't stand
he's-
Villanova.
But look at the program he's built. They haven't fallen apart. They're always at the top, and they're not even in a Power 5 conference. They're in
They're in a basketball conference.
They're
That's what they're in.
they're not in a Power 5, but they're in a very strong basketball conference.
That's all it is.
And they're still so consistently good. And they can even beat some. They're easily better than a majority of these Power 5 conferences. So
No, I bet you guys didn't know this, but
yeah,
local point guard of the Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson's actually was part of that Villanova team that won the national championship.
Okay. I know I met Jenkins. You know what's funny? I did an internship for the Razor Sharks, a local team here. Very, very small professional league. But I did an internship for them. They played against this team from Yakima. And I forget his name. It was Jenkins, the one that hit that three-pointer to beat UNC. He played in that game, and I didn't even realize who he was.
Crazy.
And I
Crazy
claimed
how
to
that
follow.
works.
And I claim to follow a lot of college basketball, and I didn't know who that is. That's sad. But
Don't mind me, guys. I guess it is like pouring ass rain right now in Rochester. I was wondering what the hell.
My dog's in the basement, so. But yeah, so we can agree though. Chris Bosh deserves to be there.
And so does Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah, Paul Pierce definitely.
Fuck Paul Pierce. Sorry.
You know what, fuck you.
Oh, you can't tell me he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
He does, but he's I don't like Paul Pierce, so but I will respect that he deserves to be there.
You know, it's so hard. I mean, Bosch definitely deserves to be in there, but like, do you go based off of more of his Heat run or his Raptors run?
Both, honestly.
Heat run.
Both he's deserved to be there, but the Heat for sure. People don't
I'm
realize.
gonna get I'm pretty sure my Heat jersey, if I can get it, I'm gonna get Bosch's name on the back.
Pretty sure that Chris Bosh contributed way more in that big three than people realize.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
People always saw him as a third wheel, but he did a lot more than people thought he did.
I didn't see him as the third wheel.
Yeah.
I saw them I saw all three together. I saw all three of them pretty much equally because they all played their positions.
Yeah.
At a different level than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, like Dwyane Wade, those 2 years was
the
really
back issues,
ridiculous.
The back issues or the leg issues, whatever it was really bad for him.
Who?
Dwyane Wade.
Yeah.
He just couldn't stay healthy. And that's why they let him go. Because they didn't want to pay him the 20, 30 million he wanted.
Should have paid him that, but
yeah,
you know, they probably had more prospects now, but you know.
But then of course there's Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway should probably be in.
I would definitely agree.
His son doesn't even deserve to even be talked about, but you know.
Yeah. Everyone thought he was going to be a star for the next. Everyone thought he was going to be a star for the next, right?
He's a star.
Because his dad was good means he's going to be good. The only one that's actually applied is literally Sabonis.
Yeah.
Sabonis is better than his dad.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, I will agree that Tim Hardaway Jr. ain't nowhere close to his dad, but he can still hit the threes and be a contributor to the Mavericks when he needs to be. That's all I gotta say. That's my little rant.
I'm sorry, but of that list, obviously Jay Wright. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on Jay Wright, but he deserves to be there because you want to know what? College basketball coaches, I think some of them are far superior to the professional coaches.
See, I know Bill Russell as a
frankly,
basketball player, but I do not know anything of what he did as a coach.
He was a player and a coach at the same time.
Oh, really?
And I got to give him credit there because that's an even harder job to do.
Exactly. Well, LeBron does it anyway, but that's the point.
He's coach, GM, player.
GM, owner.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of the above.
But
all above.
But no, and this is my personal opinion because we're going to go into Olympic season in a few months. It should always be a college coach coaching Team USA. Okay? Greg Popovich had a big three around him, and Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. He had that basically made his career, much like Tom Brady made Bill Belichick's career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Coach K retired. Maybe we should have thought about Jay Wright as the coach for Team USA. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or heck, even Roy Williams.
Now that one would make definitely a lot of sense.
Roy Williams is now the fastest coach to 900 wins.
He's a UNC coach, right?
Yeah, UNC. He is the fastest coach to 900 wins. He should have been considered. I know I said Steve Kerr, but we've learned very quick Steve Kerr was just, good because of the whole super team there.
Yeah, but he didn't just win championships with Chicago. He won some championships with the Spurs, too.
Very true. But I feel like now is a good time to take that anchor break. And for YouTubers, we have a break for you guys as well. This is where Zach makes his announcement.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got something special coming to SCN Unloaded very soon.
Yep, we definitely do, and you'll see it right now. And the audio listeners will discuss it afterwards.
Yes, and we will. So when we come back, though, from our break, and I won't say Amazon break again. All right, we got out of turn 4. We got a new NHL broadcasting rights deal to talk about. And then, of course, today is Selection Sunday, guys. So we got to talk about, well, of course, we're recording Thursday. So we'll talk about who we know is locked in at this point. And we'll be back from our break in just a moment.
I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on, get that freaky, freaky on. Freaky, get it right, get that freaky, freaky on. 챙겨 보고 다 같이 freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on, get that freaky, freaky on. Freaky, get it right, 상관하지 마.
All right, welcome back to SCN Sports Talk. You notice something in the background? Come here.
Yeah, a
Don't
dog.
don't mind the shaking, guys. She's just afraid there's a thunderstorm outside. So, Jason alluded to that earlier. Mitchell finally got what he wanted. Let's just say that.
You want me to discuss the
All right.
All right, so the Canteen Podcast is making a return. It's not going to be the same podcast, though. It's going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot more professional. It's not going to be raw like this one is. It's going to be very
Raw.
segmented. This is raw. there's no stopping. We're gonna have stopping and going throughout the podcast, and we're gonna add the seal into the podcast, which was a show that I was gonna do instead of the podcast. This is gonna be a part inside the podcast for now until we can't do it anymore because I don't want to get sued for copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, and that's actually pretty good. So I guess the one thing I got to ask is, what was the inspiration for this return here?
For the return, I've been working at it. I've been trying to do it for 2 months. So
okay, I know you wanted to continue. Obviously.
I wanted to continue, but I wasn't going to do it by myself. And
Yeah.
school kind of got in the way, and work got in the way for him. As you see, lightning strike, flashing in the background, and thunder in the background. But yeah, been working at it. And yeah, the graphics are really nice for it. So I'm happy with those. So get some new graphics this summer when I go to the preseason game because I got a free ticket to Colts game. First game ever going to an NFL game. We'll see how that goes.
Oh,
Really?
enjoy it. Honestly, enjoy it.
Dude, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah, you will. Although you got to come up here and see Bill's Mafia, though. That's.
I cannot
Oh my
see Bill's
God.
Mafia.
Come on, man. We won't put
Come
you
on.
through a table here. I'm not a Bills fan, but we won't put you through a table.
No. He's got to get the full experience. Flavor
Good.
table.
No, not flaming.
I wear my Aaron Rodgers jersey, the yellow one,
Okay,
the mustard yellow one.
You won't get scolded, I don't think.
They shouldn't hate on Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron fucking Rodgers, man.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah.
No, if you want to get killed, you know, don't wear.
Well, he's not the greatest of all time yet.
Don't
He
declare
has-
Tom
he has
Brady
to
that.
He has to
There.
pass Drew Brees.
But all right.
I don't care anybody says Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time. He plays with the best receivers, the best tight ends. Gronk is the best tight end of all time. And there's yeah.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, so your podcast is gonna be Wednesday at 3, right?
Yeah, Wednesday at 3, so we're recording it Tuesday night for now, and then eventually we're hoping to do it live.
And
so,
it's gonna be on YouTube.
yes, YouTube only for now, and then we'll discuss possibly adding other forms.
Okay.
And the special
All
the
right.
special may return as well on the weekend, but we'll see.
Okay. Not bad. And guys, definitely check it out. For our YouTube viewers, the link is in the description, of course, as always. We'll actually put it up for our podcast listeners too, so they know where to go to watch the canteen there. So, don't mind the dog shaking, by the way. It's the thunderstorm. She's not scared. She's not scared of me. She's scared of what's going on outside. Just thought I'd point that out for any animal lovers listening or watching. So, but on that note, let's go to out of turn 4. Of course, this is a wonderful story. Kyle Larson, he wins at Las Vegas. It's his 7th career win, his first on a 1.5 miles, and his first with Hendrick Motorsports. And should we...
The inward pass.
What?
The inward pass came through.
Yeah.
He got a slip and slide from that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We won't say the word, but he said a very racist term on Easter
Just like-
Sunday last year,
Yeah.
which got him canned, and is the reason why he has no sponsorship right now. So, but NBC.
I didn't really watch the race, so.
Yeah, but NBC Sports declared him a title contender in their season preview show. I guess this now puts him kind of as a legit title contender, but keep in mind it's 4 different winners from 4 strange winners to start the season. So the real contenders haven't won yet. And is that a concern, I guess, is the big question.
I don't think it's a concern. I think it's a concern for the teams. I don't think it's the drivers.
Yeah.
I think the drivers shouldn't have to worry about anything. I think the teams need to start worrying about what's going on because Roush Fenway is coming back. It's been obvious this entire season so far.
Front Row is having an incredible.
Front Row, you know something about Front Row? They're in affiliation with Roush Fenway, so that probably has something to do with it.
Yes.
So I think Roush Fenway is almost back to where they used to be. Like, they're getting there. They're going to be. If they keep doing what they're doing right now, they're better than Stuart Haas. I can say that right now.
Yeah.
They're the best Ford team.
Stuart Haas is having a lot of blunders right now over
Well,
there.
I think they need to go back to Chevy or something. But we'll see. It sounds like JTG Doherty may be going to Ford from what I'm hearing.
I'm wondering how much money they got from the charter. That's the big thing. 'Cause keep in mind, they sold the 37s charter. They sold it to the fake poor team in Spire. So they must have gotten a lot of money for technology upgrades because they definitely don't look like the team that was a laughing stock the last half of last year.
I mean, obviously I've mentioned that I'm a huge fan of JTG Doherty. I'm a huge fan of Brad Doherty as a person.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, I don't know if anybody saw that Ryan Priest signed to drive trucks with Kevin Harvick on the 17 truck.
I saw that.
It's a Ford team, so I have a feeling there's something going on. And JT Doherty has been rumored to be going to Toyota. I think honestly, they're going to Ford because I don't think they're getting rid of Ryan
out
Priest.
with Ford. Remember,
they signed a multi-year contract with Ryan Priest. I thought it was a 2-year contract.
Mind you, they started out in Ford, and they had the affiliation with the Wood Brothers. That's how they got their start in the Cup.
Right. They were a 21 team with. Yeah.
And of course, the Wood Brothers are struggling, which stinks for Matty D because this is now hurting his chances at landing another good ride.
I think it has something to do with Penske, but
I think Penske's sabotage.
They got rats like Brad Keselowski and Joe Logano on the same team. I feel like that's your own fault. You shouldn't have them on the same team.
And of course, Keselowski's going to be on the pole at Phoenix this weekend.
Well, that's a Penske track. They better win it because they always win there. So
it's either a Penske or a Harvick track.
Yeah.
And this is where I think Harvick is going to come out and surprise.
We'll see. He's getting up there in age, so I would see. Yeah. He's probably not gonna be as good as he was last year. To say that.
Oh, yeah, and of course, last time we were in Phoenix, Chase Elliott won the championship, so of course he's the favorite entering, I'd assume. But he's had a lot of blunders this year as well, so.
I think it's the reason. I think what's going on with Chase Elliott is you're seeing a hangover from last year.
A little.
I think he needed to take time off. He didn't take any time off in the off season, and I think it has something to do with that.
Could be, but to be honest, he had a lot of blunders last year. If he didn't have half the blunders he would have had about 7 or 8 wins. He would have been up there with Harvick and Hamlin last year.
Exactly.
And he would have proven to be legit.
You're seeing that Hendrick is not that bad. You got Byron and you got Larson. So
Bowman will pull a win out of his ass eventually.
Exactly.
You know he's going to. He does it every year.
We'll see if he's back at Hendrick next year. I have a feeling he's not going to. They'll probably bring up Allgaier or something. Or somebody, maybe Josh Berry. Maybe we'll see some Josh Berry in the Cup Series next.
I think they're waiting on Sam Mayer. That's what I think they're waiting on.
I hope they're not going to do that. I don't really like him.
Annette and Allgaier already know the dangers of going to the Cup level.
Or maybe they bring up Gregson. I hope they don't do that.
I think he's another Kyle Busch. They need to get him out of their program. Yeah, Sheldon Creed's the more talented driver.
Yeah, but he has no sponsorship. That's the problem.
And that's why he's stuck in Xfinity or trucks right now.
Well, Brett Moffitt decided, I'll compete in trucks with Nice Motorsports, and it'll be an Hour Motorsports, who has competed the last few weeks here very, very well for a starter team.
he's doing better at Our Motorsports right now than he is at Nice Motorsports.
Significantly better.
I think he should reconsider what he's doing.
Exactly.
So, but switching gears here to IndyCar now. The fifth Penske car, Paretta Autosport, they're going to be sponsored by Moneyline, and that, of course, a Team Penske sponsor. De Silvestro's going to be in good shape entering Indy, I think. Of course, she's going to have a hard time getting reacclimated. Look at what happened to Elio a few years ago when he left and came back.
It was the same thing with, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, last time Penske offered technology and whatnot, it was to Kyle Kaiser, and he barely made the field for the Indy 500 and beat out the big money team, McLaren. So this team will be just good enough to edge into the final three, probably, and then they'll be a back marker for the entire Indy 500.
Right. Yep.
And I hate it because I think De Silvestro was really starting to hit her stride before they let her go. So, and she's not like Danica Patrick, who just magically has a better relationship with the wall than she ever did Aaron Rodgers and
exactly.
Ricky Stenhouse. I did see it.
The funny thing is Ricky Stenhouse was in the wall just as much as she was, but that's the point.
Yeah. I actually saw a funny Facebook comment about Danica Patrick. I'll see if I can find it on my phone. You guys will laugh at this one. Let's see. Oh, it's on here somewhere. I know it is. I screenshotted it. Alright. Well, dang it, am I losing my mind? Oh, here it is. Relationships for Danica are like her driving a wreck.
It's her dad is the problem.
Yeah. But then the other big news, this was confirmed by YouTube's IndyCar expert.
David Land.
Yeah, Mr. David Land. Top Gun Racing and R.C. Anderson.
Himself.
What?
Indy himself. He's from Indiana. So he lives in Greenfield or something like that.
Yeah. But David Land, he has confirmed. He said Top Gun Racing was possibly going to enter the Indy 500. He had his sources. Top Gun Racing finally confirmed it, and they explained why they didn't enter last year. It's because there were no fans, and they didn't want to race in front of no fans. So
I completely agree with them on that. I wouldn't want to spend money and not lose money.
But I question this: why R.C. Anderson? I don't know. I'm not saying he's a bad driver, but last time he was in an IndyCar, he almost got into a fight during practice because he didn't know etiquette very well. I believe he ruined one of Tony Kanaan's laps, and Tony Kanaan went up and had a nice word with him.
I think I remember that.
So, I don't know if I like that signing. There were a lot of better drivers. J.R. Hildebrand's in the paddock always looking for something.
I don't know if you want to hire him. He'd be in the wall on the last lap, but...
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, was it Dragon Speed's Ben Hanley's available? Matthias Leist, who's, you know...
You got some other drivers you could bring over from NASCAR. What about Ferrucci? Is Ferrucci?
Yeah, Ferrucci's available.
Get Ferrucci to come in. You know, he's doing very well in the Xfinity series.
Ferrucci's going to end up with Rick. Ferrucci's going to end up with Rick Ware. Just watch.
Yeah, he'll be in the Cup Series next year. Watch it.
No, but he'll end up at Rick Ware for the Indy 500, and then his brakes will magically explode like James Davison's last year.
He'll end up in the pit wall.
Yeah. Oh boy, Rick Ware, the richest poor guy you've ever met. for a guy with 4 cars, you'd think he'd be at the front of the pack.
They're so slow.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but that is out of turn 4. Oh, and by the way, Top Gun's going to run full time in 2022. So, we'll see how that pans out. But this is out of turn 4. And now we go on to the new NHL deal that was struck. And of course, ESPN and NHL have hit a 7-year broadcast deal. Did you say it was $400 billion?
No, it's 400 billion. That's ridiculous. No, it's 2.8. No, it's 2.8 billion for 7 years. They will buy. They're taking over NHL TV, and NHL center package or whatever on cable. They'll be taken over by ESPN and put in ESPN Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, and of course it's every other Stanley Cup now. So that means there's going to be another broadcaster in that deal.
Supposedly, and this is from recent stuff, CBS is going to be the one taking over, but I want Fox. NBC sounds like doesn't want anything to do with it now. They want it all or nothing.
I think once Doc left, NHL left, basically.
Exactly.
CBS, though, to be honest, yes, they have March Madness. Yes, they have the Masters. But what do they have after that they can broadcast and be proud of as far as championships go? What?
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Paramount Plus, the Paramount Mountain. But I mean, sports-wise, what championship do they have to broadcast that they can legitimately be proud of?
SRX.
Yeah.
It's literally the only thing.
What is it?
SRX.
Oh yeah, SRX. That's gonna be good on there. But
yeah, we'll see if it makes it or not.
Yeah, and the other thing is now, and I question this too, because obviously the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals, sometimes they clash. How is this going to work out now with the NBA Finals being an exclusive ABC partner?
We'll just have the one on ESPN, the other one on ABC.
Yeah, I would
How
say
they
about
do
the
it. NHL wants to be on ESPN, not ABC, though. That's what I've been hearing.
To be fair, though, the NBA should just let TNT take exclusive rights on that. That's my opinion.
But
I mean, inside the NBA gets so much better ratings than anything ESPN can draw in for basketball.
well, I mean, I agree that you just gotta watch out because there's other things that are on TNT during the time of basketball. So
I think ESPN2 is on the way out, by the way, too, because when this deal, ESPN2 will not cover NHL at all. It will not be covered on ESPN2.
I think ESPN2 is going to become kind of the lower sports like deal, sort of like
Maybe WNBA.
yeah, kind of like when they did the Ocho that one year. I think that's what it's going to become. Or it's going to become kind of the like whatever deals they're just trying to wait to get out of. That's what they're going to push over there. So it's going to be the garbage network, basically.
So, if anybody saw, Stephen A. Smith had a clip on his Stephen A. World. It's on his Instagram page. You also can find a video. You can watch the entire thing because people keep uploading to YouTube. So I'm just saying you can probably watch it on there. It's behind a paywall on ESPN Plus. But he did a segment with NHL, and he said he didn't know anything, but the hockey puck is black. That's the only thing he knew, and said, but there's a meme online of him being a Rangers fan and showing up to the Stanley Cup final and all this. He said that the only reason why he's said bad stuff about the NHL is because it's just so damn cold at hockey games, which I agree with him. It's pretty cold at hockey games, but he said he loves the sport outside of that. So we'll see if he starts talking NHL. I'm hoping they talk about NHL first take tomorrow. I can't wait. This would be Friday for everybody who's watching or listening right now.
And we'll see, honestly.
I think it's a good deal for the NHL. I think it's a good deal for ESPN. I think it's going to save ESPN. When it comes to streaming, I think that it's going to keep ESPN relevant. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh, I suppose you didn't know this either. Oh, actually, we'll talk about it in a second. But as far as the NHL deal, I think, again, it's good for ESPN because now they can kind of broadcast a championship thing like NBC does, or NBC tried to with the Triple Crown, the Indy 500, championship season, I think was their broadcasting thing. So now, in a sense, they just took an axe to that. And I think it gives ESPN some relevancy once again, because the last few years they've kind of just fallen from grace in a way. I mean, you saw so many personalities exit the door. You saw so many sports hit the, exit. I think this saves them in a way. And people just don't realize it.
I think it honestly saves ESPN.
How can you call yourself the worldwide leader in sports when you don't even cover half of the big sports in America? I mean, now they've re-entered the Super Bowl thing, which again, how can you be the worldwide leader in sports if you don't have at least one, Super Bowl? So now ESPN gets Super Bowl, and I bet you one thing, ABC's going to simulcast it with ESPN, and then ESPN News, ESPN2, ESPNU, they're all going to have random coverage of the Super Bowl with those stupid watch parties that they did for college football playoff.
I think what they should do is have the players mic'd up on ESPN and have it so that way we can hear all the cuss words and shit coming out of the players' mouths.
I'd like to see that.
And then have the game on Disney XD and show the clean version of the game on there.
Yeah. I think they should wait and have an F-bomb dropped on Disney XD like they did on Nickelodeon.
They have to put on Disney XD, not just Disney. They got to put on Disney XD. It's got to be XD.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Or Cartoon Network on them, too.
Knowing our luck, though, Booger McFarland will be on one of the networks covering that. And on the bright side, actually put him on Disney XD because he explains the dumbest, simplest stuff. He'd be perfect to explain football to kids. You know, and put Joe Tessitore with him as well. So you could say, Joe, if you move the ball forward, if you hand the ball off, it's a run play. Back to you, Tess.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. Then, of course, this Sunday is Selection Sunday. And I was actually trying to look to see what teams are locked in as of Thursday night. Georgetown just upset Villanova earlier today.
God, I'm happy. I'm happy for my team.
It still
doesn't sound like I'm really paying attention, but that says the point because I know they're not going anywhere.
It still doesn't save his job, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State just won. Of course, I said I'm going to stick by this bold prediction. The Big 12 is going to win the most seeds out of the major 5 conferences. I'm going to stick by that prediction. So, sorry, I'm scrolling through trying to see who clinched. We obviously know that Gonzaga clinched. Oh, Oral Roberts University is going to March Madness. That's what I was looking for. So, Oral Roberts could be one. Mount St. Mary's is going to the tournament. Drexel is going to the tournament. Cleveland State is going to the tournament. And those are the locks as of right now.
So Cleveland State out of the Horizon League.
Yeah.
All right.
So it looks like now we're going on tournaments and not on conference standings like I thought we were going to go on. So and of course, Loyola Chicago is locked in too. That was announced a few days ago. And of course, we're going to be filling out brackets very soon. But do you expect any surprises, guys?
I don't really expect any surprises.
Probably not.
Don't expect a Syracuse surprise?
Ah, hell no.
No, they don't deserve to be in. And if they do, I'd be very surprised. But Duke has basically withdrawn from the tournament. Duke had to withdraw from the ACC tournament because of COVID issues. So Duke had to withdraw. And that means now they're out. They have no shot of getting in. We're probably not going to... Actually, we're not going to have Kentucky in the tournament.
Thank God.
Kansas is the only power school that's normally...
Are we going to get Vanderbilt or something ridiculous?
That'd be shocking.
We have a discussion why Vanderbilt's even in the SEC conference. I honestly don't understand. But,
Vanderbilt is the weakest school in the SEC.
It's literally the weakest school in any Power 5 conference, but that's the point.
Like I said, put Gonzaga in a Power 5. That's what I want to see.
They'll be the weakest school in the Power 5.
Yeah.
They'll be more weaker than Vanderbilt is. The only reason why they would be better than Vanderbilt is because they get the prospects because they're always ranked. And if they go to a Power 5 conference, they're not going to be that way because they're going to get their ass whipped and no one's going to want to go there.
Exactly. All right. As my dog's wandering around. That's basically all we've got for this week. Unfortunately, Jason's working tonight, so we won't have him, unfortunately, for our Selection Sunday special. Zach, hopefully you'll be there. But we'll be live tonight on SCN at 6 p.m. Eastern. That'll be on the YouTube channel, not here on the audio. For our Apple listeners, we don't normally have that on the audio.
But you know what,
versions.
Brian? I definitely will probably be able. We'll probably be able to do Wednesday the 17th for the actual bracket prediction special. Honestly, I can't see why I can't.
Of course. So of course, the three of us will be doing a bracket challenge on ESPN. So maybe Thacker as well. We don't know yet. I'm going to see who else I can get in there. And of course, we'll be back here midweek as well on YouTube to release our brackets and show you.
I'll be releasing mine on the Canteen Podcast. So.
Yeah. All right. So if you're going to do it on there, then we'll also just replay it here maybe or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So, we can do that as well.
It would be ready on Tuesday night, or is it going to be Wednesday morning when it'll be ready? Or Wednesday night?
Wait, what do you mean? For the recording?
Never mind. The brackets will be ready on Sunday.
Yeah,
never mind.
So...
Completely messed up.
We'll probably record Tuesday or something for that. For this channel, we will.
Yeah.
But...
fortunately, Tuesday's probably not gonna...
Well, later Tuesday for us, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll be back later this week as well with our brackets. We'll get to talk some trash about who we think's going to go to the Final Four. And getting ready. Maybe we'll also do some specials throughout March Madness, update you guys on where things stand. I don't know yet. We're going to kind of wait and see how things go. Of course, our schedules change constantly with school. Well, not Jason and I, but work-wise for us. So we'll see what happens. We want to thank you for watching. Our Apple listeners, thanks for not muting us for this whole time. And hopefully we didn't scare you guys away and say, gosh, I'm going to report you guys to Anchor. I don't want to see your podcast on Apple anymore. Anyway, and then otherwise, if you're not going to be here for March Madness, we'll see you guys.
You mean mask sadness?
Masked sadness. In fact, I'll put
Masked
on my mask
sadness.
once again so we can end the show right for our namesake this week. Join us again next Sunday. We'll be back. Jason and I will be back here, and we'll have more to discuss then. So until then, guys, goodbye, everyone.